Hello, hello. Helps to have my actual microphone on. And welcome everyone to another evening of pulling cards and hearing messages from Spirit. Before we get started, I do want to send a lot of love out to the world. And if you want to join me, I welcome that. And whether you're watching this live or on replay, you can join in sending love out to the world because we join outside of space and time where that love exists to send to the world. So I'm just going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And let that love just cascade down into our hearts and fill us up and flow out to the world. And if you are in need of love tonight, for your mind, your heart, your body, a loved one, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. And before we get started, I do want to just make sure everyone knows we have a Mercury retrograde popping up with us tomorrow. Some of you on the other side of the world, it may already be retrograde time. We've been in the pre-shadow, so we already been feeling it anyway, but it goes full bloom tomorrow. So in the weekly energy updates, we did talk about what to do with that and some of the communication that we can look into. And this will be the last week of the free 30-minute personal recorded reading giveaway in regards to those. So if you want to check out and see how I can get into the last drawing of that, that's the link to the video to find out how to do that as well. So I am excited. We're looking good here. Everything is running. All right, perfect. And let me pop out the chat here and we will get started. I hope everyone's having a wonderful post-holiday, pre-New Year journey. Can't believe it's almost 2023 already. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, I think that's it. Let me just get that activated, and I think we are good to go. And as always, well, not always, but recently, I started having where donations do get priority for your reading. So I will move down in order in free readings, but if there's a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step out of the line, complete any donations, and then I step back in line and continue going down the list. And right on cue, we do have a donation. Thank you, Renee. And hey, I am doing well. We have some wonderful weather coming in, so sorry if I'm a little hacky. But I'm a human barometer, it seems. So when a new storm is coming in, I start feeling it in my head. So apologies if I sound a little rough today. Absolutely, Renee. So, Renee, you made a donation, so we will go with you first. And then, if there's no other donations, we'll start at the top of the free readings and start our way down. So, feel free to ask your questions, Renee, and we will start going. All right. Can definitely look into that. The hotel job. So, question el numero uno. Will you be getting this job? And I have the Revelations Tarot is what I'm using today. So let's take a look here. You do have the Ace of Swords that is coming in here, which is about new communication that will be coming in regarding this job. You have the Seven of Wands too, which is a good sign because the Seven of Wands does show that it's like you are selected or you're put up on a hill, and other people that may not like that you got the job and that they didn't, because the Seven of Wands is about people, not necessarily attacking you, but just voicing their opinions and busting the bubbles, or trying to, because they feel lower than you and they're trying to poke at you with it all. So that generally means that you're put up on a hill and they're like, they don't like that you have been put up on a hill and they haven't. And I like that. You do have the the Five of Cups, which does represent, let's see if it'll focus a little bit here. There's three spilt cups that we look at, but once we're done looking and focusing on the like disappointments kind of thing, it flips. That's why I like about the Revelations card, and you're able to focus on the two of cups, which is emotional choice in this case. And and I do like that it's this change of the way you look at things, and like you just said, it's okay, it's temporary anyway, which is good because I really feel, I was like, the three of Pentacles is really about you being true to your authentic self and not being swayed to one way or another by people who are you have fear around disappointing and they're like blah 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 blah, or people who support you and they pull away their support because you're not doing what they think you should be doing. So you've got the three, the five, this you've got 1 3 5 7, so it's a very odd result because it's all the odd numbers all the way from one to to 7. But, I feel like this is I'm glad it's temporary because it does feel like it's a temporary. I don't feel like it's a block, but, when you look at, like, 6s and 4s, they're even numbers on each side, and there's a smooth movement of things going through the middle, and, all of these, the 3, the 5, and the 7 there's an obstacle in the middle. So I feel like you'll get the job, but there's gonna be some learning lessons that are involved in it, and, it's just there's gonna be some uh, very important, I wouldn't say very important mirrors, but important mirrors that you see in the experience that you have there. But I feel like I'm glad that I'm glad that it's temporary. So a good opportunity that can take you to your next opportunity. Let's take a look here. I mean, so is this for your highest experience? Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah, because all the cards on this one are peace of mind, which that's what I was kind of feeling is that these mirrors help you cut away some old expectations, um, you know, around things. So that's how we learn to let go of expectations is when we have stuff that comes up that really is brought to our face. And that's why I feel like that 3, that 5, and the 7 is when something's brought and you can't look past it. You have to deal with it. Um, but it's for you, and that's what happens here with the peace of mind, the 4 of swords, because you're letting go of some of those. Okay, we can take a look there. Because you also had the Ace of Cups, which is a positive outcome card. You have the Lovers card, which again is the power of choice. And so you really learn the power of choice with this. And you have the star card, wishes, wish fulfillment. Um, yeah, I do feel it's temporary. I don't feel like this particular job is like long term. Because like we said, it's stepping stone. Yeah, because you got the 10 of swords, so it's not permanent. It's short term. It's there for you to learn to let go of some expectations around job and employment and how people are supposed to act and should act and blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. I have the 6 of cups when I was asking about time frame, and they're like it's usually nostalgia in the past. It's like, it's like, it's interesting. It's like, how have the jobs happened in the past is what I feel like. It's the same old, it's the regular time frame, same old type of stuff. Um, on this. So that's interesting because I never had the 6 of cups come up for a time frame. But it's like, same old, same old. It's like everything else, which is almost like their way of saying, telling you divine timing, right? But or if you've had it where it usually takes like a week or whatever, it's like it's the normal time frame. So that's funny. And then your other question, would the music internship be a good opportunity for your brothers? Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, I feel like it would be here because with these cards, you got the 6 of Pentacles, which is having an abundance of opportunity or abundance of things enough for themselves where they actually even have it's allows them to give to others in ways too. And the 8 of Swords is about that through this process. They do learn about their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made them feel blinded and bound and trapped. And they have the Queen of Swords, which helps them through that. So there's this balancing of heart and mind and this balancing with the 6 of Pentacles. So it does teach them some great things about themselves and about balancing things out. We also had the 3 of Cups, which is joy, joy, celebration, and the Page of Cups, new passion, new drive, new ambition. So, I don't have any concerns with this coming through. I don't have like a no, don't do it. I have like it's going to be a learning experience. They're going to learn a lot. They're going to work hard, but it does end up giving them a new passion and they enjoy it. It's a very enjoyable opportunity. So that's what we have for that. So much appreciated for your donation there, Renee. And I think that was all your questions that we had there. You are very welcome. All right. Christy, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. And you have, I think you asked a question up above. Let me just scroll back up here. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, okay, there it is. I am having a great evening. It's just, it's just you ever have like these dreams or you just dream all night about I don't know, it was an interesting conversations I was having with it felt like it was with spirit, and I'd wake up, and then I'd go back to sleep and have more, and it just felt like something very unique is coming. So I'm looking forward to whatever this is that's happening. So I'm in an unusually not unusually, I would say, but a wonderful bubble, it feels like. Oh, thank you so much. Well, thank you for both of you made 2 donations. Thank you so much, Christy. And, so general reading, absolutely. Let's take a look here Thank you for being here. All right. I like it. I like it. All right. Well, to start off, you've got both wish fulfillment cards coming in. You got the Star card and the Nine of Cups. So that's a good way to start a reading. And then it goes downhill from there. I'm just kidding. Where else is it going to go? It's like it can't go any higher. It's like beautiful and brilliant, and I really like it because you also had the Magician card that popped out, which is great because this is all about you standing in your power and realizing whatever you focus on is what grows in your life. And I mean, you definitely have the Two of Wands, which is the same type of energy that comes in about wielding your energy and your power to focus on what is your wish fulfillment, where do you want to expand, what do you want to grow. You have a wonderful opportunity here to it feels like your power is amplified, and I really like this. We have a beautiful Cancer full moon coming up next week, I think next week, yeah. And so a lot of energy already starting to come in with that mother Luna. Cancer is ruled by the moon. The full moon already is expansive. It's a water moon, and it's the Luna water moon. So all those of you that have a lot of water in your chart, or you're really connected to your emotions, you are feeling it already. And that makes sense now that I'm talking about that, about all my dreaming too. Duh. All right. But so we've got a lot of energy coming in, and it is allowing you really to focus and expand things. You do have the Two of Pentacles, so they are saying just try to remain balanced as all of this energy comes flying in, because it can be very easily, we can sway in different directions. And what I mean by that is, like, we've got you have the Five of Pentacles, which can be a belief about lack, but then you have the Eight and the Four of Pentacles, which is all about movement in the outside world and balance and stability too. And so whatever we're thinking of in the moment is like super, super expressed and expansive. And so it's like if you notice, I'd say between now and I think it's January 6th. Let me just take a look here. I'm actually started recording next week's weekly energy updates. I have it right here. Yeah, it is January 6th is the full moon. And so between now and I would even say like a week after that one, it's going to be huge amount of energy coming in for you. And it's like with the Magician, who's the manifester, it's like whatever you focus on manifests fast and large. And so I feel like that's what they're telling you here is just be careful, balance what you're focusing on. Because it's okay that we go back and forth here and there, and that's our ebb and flow of who we are on this planet. We kind of that's what I think you can see it here. You have the infinity symbol. See the black infinity symbol? That we go on these cycles, and it's the ebb and flow. But really, just be aware of how much time, because usually it starts off a little small in the spiritual world and huge in the physical fear-based world, and then we go back and we go forward, we go this, we go like this. But now and then it becomes more balanced, and then it becomes more lopsided as we get older and more connected to the spirit realm too. So I really feel like they're just saying be aware, be balanced, because this huge manifestation energy is coming in for you. So I like it for you, Christy. Here it comes. All right. And you did make 2 donations. Did you have another question, or? um be happy to oops, okay, we had another card come flying out here. Yeah, and there we go, Wheel of Fortune. So it is turning in, in a way that is where your human feels fortunate, I like calling it the four tune. It's the music of for us, that everything that's unfolding is always for us. But the Wheel of Fortune makes even our human side feel like it's fortunate because everything is for us. But sometimes our human goes, I don't feel like this is for me. Like when people get moved out of our lives or, things like that that happen. It's like, you know, that's how it works. So that is what they have, Christy. So many, many blessings to you. I'm excited. What are you going to do with this? You're going to take over the world? Remember us. I just want just to be a mayor of a small village, not like a governor or anything. All right. So here we go. We are starting on the free readings. And Valverde is up first with the general love reading for just the first half of 2023. Let's take a look and see what Spirit has for you. All right. Wow. So that's popping up for you. Well, it's looking good for you because you also got the Wheel of Fortune card coming up, the Page of Wands, new passion, new fire coming into your life, new interests, and the Queen of Cups, which trust in your intuition, trust your emotions. And while you're waiting, do some deep diving into your emotions. What's down under there in the subconscious, because the Queen of Cups, she rolls over water. Plus, all the queens are given an extra amount of water, which gives her the ability to deep, 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 deep dive, like a whale can go very, very deep into the emotions. And the more that you work on the inner emotions, like we talk about here a lot, is when we're waiting, work on our self love because the more expansive our self love is, the more love we can give and the more love we can receive because we cannot give more love than the love we love to the extent we love ourselves, and we can't receive love either more than that. So the larger our self-love grows, the more passionate, the more full our life emotionally especially will feel. So I feel like that is happening there. Let me see anything else there, because that's just like, yeah, passion's coming. You're like, okay, right, it's fortunate, it's faded as always, divine, but is it something that turns out to be long term, or is it just a wonderful stepping stone? Let's take a look here. Okay, so it's more of a stepping stone because you have the Hermit card, which turn inward and upward to the star that's in the lantern, which is your higher self, allowing it to guide you on your path. And you have the Strength card, which is your human and your higher self on this journey together, realizing the outside world does not sustain you, but it's the connecting to your higher self that brings in things. So it's not something long term. It's wonderful, wonderful, passionate stepping stone. So that's the first half of the year. So that's what they have for you, Valverde. I know. Why did you have to root it? I just felt you'd wanted to know. So that's what we have right now. So enjoy the journey. And many blessings to you. All right. You're all yes. Oh, good. Yes. Or was that yes for the first half of passion? All right. So Kritika, you are up next, and you would like a general love reading. Let's see. So for Kritika, what do they have for you here? Oh, okay. Well, as far as love, it looks like you have some movement that's happening with the tower because things are being, I like how the revelations is things are being destroyed and moved and everything to create beautiful, um, foundations and and things. So there are things that are being moved and deconstructed that are happening for you. You even have the judgment card, which is, I look at this sometimes as double endings and double new beginnings, but it also is your higher self, this beautiful angel here. There it goes. This angel here, which is calling your human higher into this new place. So this, both of these together, tell me that, they want to make sure you know that whatever's happening is happening for you, and it's designed by your higher self. You even have the King of Wands coming in, which the King of Wands is like energy, passion and drive and all that, but also spiritual energy. And the king being the highest spiritual energy can also be your higher self. So you've got like all this meddling that's going on with your higher self, bringing in these things. You have new opportunities that are coming in. So it's to open up and bring in new opportunities in the outside world regarding love. And I love love that you have the 4 of Cups, because the 4 of Cups is also about boredom with what you've always used to get, all the old when we did what we did, we got what we got, and we're just bored with that love that we got. It just feels shallow in comparison to where you have developed yourself and where you're going. And this offers a higher love that comes in, but it's a different type of love than you've had before because your vibration of love is higher. So I do like that for you. I don't necessarily feel like the love that's coming in is like love of life. It just feels very temporary as well. Yeah, teaching you things. Yeah, because you have the 10 of Swords, which it's allowing you to really look at your expectations, what you have around relationships. Yeah, because you have the Page of Swords that came with it, which this Ace of Swords allows you to cut away these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts around relationship. And it frees you. It allows you to see things from a different perspective. It allows you to, again, like that 4 of Cups, it's like, got all that same old stuff. It's kind of bland. It's like, well, it's because when we have all these expectations, we're stuck within this, you know, very narrow uh, pool that we're able to drink from, and it gets stagnant after a while. That's why, as we expand our viewpoints and we cut away a lot of those expectations, that's what opens things up and allows different things to come in. Because you do have the 8 of Pentacles too, which definitely, again, shows that you've been doing the inner work. You've been looking at your viewpoints and the way you're approaching relationships. And the 8 of Pentacles is a movement in the outside world, as well. So we knew that, but I just feel like it's not like, oh, this is the love of the life. It's like more, at least in the immediate future, I'm feeling like within 3 to 5 months that this is a period of just reflecting on what you've learned, and you're seeing new type of energy you're drawing in. But I just still feel like it's like these are learning lessons and stepping stones more than a life partner type of situation, which it's for you. It's always, it's like, okay, this is helping me. It's like, what do they call them? River stones, that they have certain stones, pumice, pumice, is that what they call it? Pumice stone, something like that, where it gets put in with other rocks to smooth it out. And I feel like these are coming in to help smooth you out, to where when you meet this next individual that's a significant relationship that you're going to be with for quite a while, that it allows smooth movement into the relationship and within the relationship, as well. So that's what they have for you right now, Kritika. So many blessings for you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. Christy, I know I was tempted not to drink a lot of coffee today, but since I didn't get a ton of I don't feel like I rested last night. I'm like, we'll start that in the new year. I'm glad you're jumping into it though. Good for you. All right. So LA, you are up next for the next free reading. And you want to know, what are you and Kathleen's friendship going to be like when you reconnect? Are you going to go back to the usual or be like acquaintances? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, if you can clarify that, thank you. Let me see what these are. You know, it's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. It's interesting because you have the King of Pentacles, which is about feeling like your life is full in the outside world. And you have the Fool card, though, which is also a new adventure. And then you have the Emperor, which is kind of like taking charge, but it's very airy too, but it's stabilized. So between the two, it's almost like when you go, is it going to be, are we going to go back to usual or be like acquaintances? No. It's like it's not A or B, it's C. It's a hybrid. It's a new type of relationship that you're going to be fine with because they have the 10 of wands and the sun. The sun card, especially with the emperor card, that's a lot of fire with all these three, because wands is fire, the sun is fire, of course, and the emperor is Aries, fire energy. So there's a lot of passion there, you know. um but the sun card is like it shines light, and it which is Leo energy too, by the way, but it's like all of this is a lot of energy that comes in. um and the 10 of wands can be looked at as a harvest type as well, with that King of Pentacles. So I feel like it's going to be different, but it's going to be still very passionate, very um it's just going to be different, but not in a way that that is better or worse. They just feel like it's just going to be different, and it's going to be have a lot of energy in it. um but it, because especially with that full card, really jumped out to me. It's like it's going to be new, but it's not going to be acquaintances. And I'm not really sure what going back to what it was. um but it's very much a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of joy. I just feel very vibrant. I mean, Leo energy and Aries energy, ton of it there, which is very childlike, like a kid in a candy store. And it's just like, hey, this is great. I just feel like no restrictions. It's just feels more with that full card. It's just like the adventure awaits. Let's see what it has. Let's not define it. Let's enjoy it. And that's what I kind of feel like that kind of energy is there. It's just very passionate and adventurous. And let's explore. Let's not. The emperor would be trying to really define and put things in order, but I feel like the rest of it is trying to take that away from it and go, let's not let's put very, very big boundaries and not try to define it too much. So that's what I feel is what's coming there. And you, of course, are half of it, so you get to help decide what it all means too, right? But that's what they have. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So, Project Skyfalls, you are coming up next. And so, what does Spirit have to say? Are good things coming to you this weekend? Oh, for New Year's Eve weekend and New Year's Day, right? Let's take a look here. What would Spirit like you to know? All right. So you have the magician card coming in here. So very much stepping into your power. You have this rebirth, endings and new beginnings. I mean, of course, happy new year. But I feel it's more than that. I feel like you are letting it's like you are letting old acquaintances be forgot, and you're ready to really ignite your energy and focus it in areas that you want. I mean, you've got the Ace of Cups coming in here too, which could be new love coming in, a new excitement, a new joy that comes in. And you have the King of Cups too. So there's balance of heart and mind. And, but this could also be some sort of water sign that you bump into this weekend too. Because I feel like there is a significant, I mean, the death card is not just a, like a 10 of wands or something that's an ending and new beginning. This is like a significant rebirth, a significant ending and new beginning, especially with the magician card there. And you also have the temperance card, which is all about patience and balance, and things are, going back and forth, and the tempering of the cups between the two, which the two of cups can be love. And it's just like allow things to unfold. um but I feel like there is a spark this weekend of something definitely new, um with that magician and the Ace of Cups that are coming in, and the death card as well. So it feels very good. It feels very positive. I have no concerns here. I feel like there's this free feeling with these cards here too, which feels just very go with the flow, but also don't allow anyone else to control your weekend. You do what you want to do and how you want to do it. With that ace, the magician, it's like point your magic wand and go, this is what I want. And if people are like, oh, let's go do this and da, 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 and if it's not what you want to do, don't do it. Follow your heart, follow your just your intuition and your drive this weekend. And good things are all around. So you can't go wrong. And that's why they're saying, so follow your heart. There's no wrong decision this weekend. It's all, no matter what path you choose, but follow your heart, and that's going to bring you the most joy as well. So that's what they have for you. So I like it. All right. You are very welcome. You as well, Kritika. All right, LA, great. Glad it was all accurate. All right, Esther E, you are the next free reading up. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you've already given the video. You just blow me away, and it definitely helps spread the Zen love. And so thank you for being part of that love tsunami that we send out to the world, because the YouTube algorithm definitely loves it. And it wants to share more videos of my recorded videos with individuals as well. All right, Esther E. So, what is your soulmate's zodiac sign and qualities? Okay, let's take a look at that real quick here. Okay, and then that'll be your second question here, too. So, your soulmate zodiac sign, I really feel, is the Seven of Cups, which is emotional confusion. So, water sign, probably a Pisces. I know I have a ton of Pisces in my chart, even though I'm like an Aquarius sun and Cap rising. So I've got all this other stuff, but I got a ton of water, and the Seven of Cups feels like Pisces energy to me. But it could be a different water sign. Maybe they just have a lot of water in their chart, because it's just so much emotion that's there. So it could be Cancer. It could be Scorpio. I mean, any of the water signs, depending on what's happening with the moon and everything else, we can all feel very confused with so much emotion. It's like you get caught up in Like if you're ever at a beach and you're waving at people on shore, you don't see the wave coming that smacks you and you just, are tumbling in the water. That's the kind of confusion. You're just going around. You have no idea what's up and what's down. That's what I feel from them. So, yay! I'm glad they get to be your soulmate. I'm just kidding. But and and maybe they are Cancer, because a quality that they want to point out is the Queen of Pentacles, which is a very nurturing Mother Nature, Mother Nurture type of energy that comes in. Also, very successful, very you know put together in their outside world. So those are for that. And then what does the Spirit want you to know about how you can increase your spiritual self? All right. So you have the Ace of Wands. So one thing is that they're telling you just be aware of where you invest your energy. Each moment you have energy that is flying out of you, expanding whatever you're focusing on. So if you're looking over here at your fears, what you don't want in your life, what's in your life that you don't want, or what you feel is missing, all that fear, whatever, then that's grows and that expands. But if you try to create habits, like I created like a vibrating alarm on my phone, breathe, and I had it go off. It was just vibrating even at work. So every hour it would come back and bring me back from here to focus on gratitude, what I do want in my life, focus on spirituality and connecting to the spirit world, and then that brings us back. So the more we focus our energy on spirit and on the vibration of the higher realms, which is unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude, that grows, and then our connection with spirit grows, and so thus our spiritual self and our connection grows, right? Because our spirit self is what it is. It's already perfect. It's a giant mountain. We just come down here as humans to walk around the mountain, to understand ourselves and to explore who we are. So it's not like we are not perfect and we're trying to perfect ourselves. We're just trying to explore and understand ourselves. So I like that. And then the 5 of Cups kind of is the same, where rather than focusing on what's not doing working well, and the emotions of fear, focusing on and realizing your power of choice, that in any moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. It's like I was talking about. Every moment is a choice of the story that we're applying and the emotion we're choosing to feel. The more we choose fear, the more that expands. The more we choose unconditional love, the more that expands. Neither is wrong or right. They're just different. And since you're wanting to increase your spiritual connection and clarity, that's what you can do. So that's what they have for you, Esther. So I like it. So many blessings for you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. And Joy, you are up next for the next free reading. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. So a general reading for 2023. And let's just take a look here. Okay, what do you want Joy to know about 2023? Right, you did get one card. So you got the 6 of Cups, which is about someone from your past reemerges. Dun dun dun. What happens with this individual? Let's take a look here and see what kind of interaction this is. Well, you have another 6, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. So I really feel like with this situation, you you both have changed. So it's been enough time where you've made significant change within your life, because you have the Hierophant here, which on one side is really getting into the nitty gritty and understanding your truth, your capital T truth inside, not all the opinions of the outside world that we're fed. Like, oh, this is what's true. It's like, no, what is your truth when you get away from it all and go in deep within, you find your truth. And because I feel like you both have really worked on that, that's where the you guys are, in a different place where you actually feel compatible, whereas I don't feel before you did. So I don't feel like it's someone you dated before, or well, didn't maybe date, maybe you went on a date. Um, I feel more like it was friendships, and he said, "Hey, let's try going on a date," and you guys did, and you're like, "This is too weird," and he didn't. But now you both have changed. You're both in different places, and the Hierophant can also represent commitment. So, so that's what they're kind of looking at, just generally for 2023. That there's this individual that comes back that might be interested in trying to commit, have a committed relationship. But that doesn't mean you have to do it. That just I show that they're offering that for you. But with you connecting to your deep truths, if it doesn't align with that, then you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, right? But that's what they want to let you know right now. All right, we'll continue moving down the list. You are welcome, Esther. And then Era Evangeline, you would like a a general love reading for January. Sure. Let's take a look and see what is up with January with love for you. Well, um, so you've got the Three of Swords. Excuse me, it's getting me all choked up. Okay, there it is. I thought my voice was going away for a sec. Three of Swords is disappointment. It is it can be heartbreak, but I feel like the Hanged Man here has you kind of in a cocoon, and I feel like you're on hold and pause because they're having you look at your old heartbreak, the old expectations, and the disappointments that you've had in the past around relationship. And I feel like January is more of a reflection period, a raising of your vibration, the letting of things go, because otherwise you're going to get what you always got. And I feel like with that heartbreak, because that energy is vibrating, that feeling of I'm missing love in my life, and the love I had in the past, I don't want that anymore. And all this energy is actually vibrating that would bring more of the same into your life. And so spirit is going, they're like being a block where they're not allowing, sometimes I have to find a unique name for it, but it's like whenever you have, like, you're out with friends and you have this best friend that knows you are not in a place to have a relationship right now, and anybody that comes up, they just shut them down, shut them down, shut them down. That's what I feel spirit is doing, just a pshoo, 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 keeping everyone out so that you can transform that, so you can attract someone that is more in alignment with where you want to head, not the old anchors from the past. So January is a good month for you. Um, Really, a lot of nurturing yourself and looking into the what are my expectations around relationship, and where did all this come from, and are there some actions of others that I can forgive the person to release the energy from it. You don't have to forgive the act. You can just forgive the person and go, okay, they were showing me what I wanted to see about myself, how I feel about myself, and I'm going to forgive them and release that energy and really look at me. And at the end of January, I feel this is when movement starts to happen for you. But January feels a lot like a reflective time for you. All right. So that is what they have. All right. So Aurora 91, you are up next. So will W and you reconcile and have a relationship? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here. there be reconciliation. Okay. And have a relationship. With you've got the full card here, which is about new adventures, ending old and beginning um, new, and double endings and double new beginnings. So, with these two together and with the other cards I see here, I don't feel like there's reconciliation or relationship because you're moving forward. You're leaving behind old cycles, old relationship, old things, and you're moving forward and you're being called. And that judgment card is like your higher self saying, I'm calling you forward. Um, People don't leave us. We don't lose jobs. Things are moved out of our life on purpose for a purpose so that we can move forward, that we can have the space there for what is meant for us next on our journey and adventure. So, that is what's it's unfolding here. And, so we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, yeah. So it's like I feel like you have maybe and this can be reversed either way, but I feel like this is you. Like you are in tune with your emotions, you're in tune with your abilities and your instinct and intuition and spirituality. And they were all about the outside world, and they couldn't understand that. It's like what if you a fish and a if a fish and a bird meet, where or in a relationship, where do they meet, right? The fish can't go into the world of the bird normally, and the bird can't go into and live, within the deeply in the world of the fish, you know. And so I feel like that is what kind of was happening here, and it's like it's not a cohesive relationship that is meant, because it did what it needed to do, and it was fated for you guys to have what you had, but it's no longer. It's to move forward into something that is more in alignment with where you are to be, because you do have the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, which this is developing your worth within yourself, not from the outside world, and doing the work, and then having life move forward. So you have the Hanged Man. So, like, now is the time for you to realize that all the outside things in the world are unstable. People change or pass away. Situations never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, whatever it may be. The only thing that you find true, this Ace of Coins is like looking at your worth in a whole new way, is by turning inward and upward, where you find the stability. It then, once you find that, then things move forward with the Eight of Pentacles in your outside world, which is like an apprentice who's done the work and they're moving forward in their life. That's when relationships move forward. But in the meantime, you're in the Hanged Man, you're in the cocoon type of stage with a relationship, so that you can transform those things, and move more into a place that is in alignment with your higher self, and where you're wanting to head with all of that. So I don't feel like you'll have a relationship and you'll reconcile. I feel like there's uh, so much ahead of you, and your spirit, your higher self is nudging you forward rather than going backward, with that. So it is for your highest experience. And I know, but I like them. And it's like, yeah, but you'll like even more what's coming for you. So trust, trust that things are unfolding for you. So that is what they have for you, Aurora. So many blessings for you. All right. And we'll continue moving down the list. And Jot, I have no idea when I'll get to you. You're several down the list, though. So I wish I could tell you, like, oh, it'll be about an hour and a half or whatever, but it all depends. If people make donations, it changes the process. So um, all I can say is if you want to be next, a donation does put you next. Otherwise, it's first come, first serve. So I'm so sorry. All right. So next, I do not know how to say that those. It's a foreign name, but you want to know if Somya is your soulmate. So let's take a look here, see what they have here. So is Somya your soulmate? Anything else? So, of course, soulmate, you know, we probably mean like a soul partner, like someone that's going to be with you the rest of your life, because everyone that we come across is a soulmate. We're all souls, we all have divine appointments to interact with each other and learn things from each other. But I feel like you are asking, are they like someone I'm going to be with the rest of my life and I'm meant to be with? And for that, I would say, um, no, not by what I'm seeing here. I see here you have the Four of Swords, which is the Peace of Mind card. Sorry, and then you have the King of Wands, which is like the Magician here. Yeah, the Magician here. Um, they both have the wands, and the King rules over fire. The Magician, of course, being the major arcana is like the ruler, but they're very closely related, and it's about taking charge and manifesting a movement forward, not waiting for someone to choose you, but it's about you moving forward in life and headed your direction. Because you do have the tower, which is telling me that people are being moved out of your life on purpose and moved into your life on purpose. But I don't feel like Somya is the one that um, is on, they're like being removed out of your life, I feel. Because you also have the Four of Cups here, which is about, the regular three cups that you had chosen. Let me see how they have it on here. Well, they've got two and two on this card, but it's usually three cups that are in one place and they're bored with it. And then you're just tired of doing and having the relationships that you've always had before. And you have a new type of love that is entering your life, which begins and involves you turning inward. Then, as you fill up and overflow, you start looking at love differently too. But there is this nudge, especially with the King of Wands and the Magician, because they're both represent your higher self. You can see the infinity symbol here, both the Magician. This is your higher self, your soul. The King of Wands being the highest of the energy suit is also about your higher self. And the fourth cup in the Four of Cups is the chalice. It's the Holy Grail. It's full of the unconditional love up above. And it's this pulling inward because you're hitting these energy blocks with the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is about, this. Uh, they usually have a bandage on their head from bumping up against over and over and over again, bumping up against the this energetic block towards a relationship. And it is this inner journey. Here they have the Ace of Wands, and usually the Nine of Wands will have nine wands that are all the way across that are blocking you. but it's learning your power within yourself that allows you to move one aside and move through blocks. So it's a big journey you're on now with in regards to relationship right now, that you hold the power, that all this stuff that's keeping you from moving forward is all within here and within here. But it's diving deeper within yourself that's going to set things free for you, because right now all these moving parts are being moved out of your life on purpose so that you will turn inward, to connect higher, and then everything changes. Because when you're looking outside of yourself for your fulfillment and love, we are disappointed because it's not the love we're looking for. Because the love we're looking for, we can only find in here. So when we have love being offered in the outside, it's always falling short, always disappointing, always feels shallow and boring eventually. And it's because it's not this love we found inside. But once we fill up inside, then the love on the outside is, we're not looking for it to fulfill us. We're already fulfilled. It's above and beyond extra. And then it's a beautiful relationship that we have. They're not falling short. It's extra. So it's like great. It's not disappointing. It's we're able to have gratitude for what we have instead of disappointment. And so that's kind of the journey that they have you on right now in regards to that. So, but I don't feel Somya is your, like, your soul partner that you're going to be with the rest of your life. They did come into your life to help mirror this journey back to you, but it's not meant to be a long-term thing at this in this lifetime. So that's what they have for you. I know. Why do I have to be the bearer of news like this? I could just lie to everybody, but I'd rather tell you guys what is for your highest experience than tell you what you want to hear. And trust me, that's what I do. All right, Aurora. I am glad. Yay. All right. So, Jaylin, you are up next. Hello. I am having a fabulous day. Hopefully, you are too. And let's tell you about your work, your managers, and your promotion. Like, do you need blackmail information on your managers to get a promotion? Is that what we're doing? Just kidding. Just jokes. So let's tell you about work, your managers, your promotion. All right. So work. Well, you have the Empress, which is new birth and definitely harvest and you know, very nurturing. Take care of yourself with work. Don't self-sacrifice yourself. I kind of feel like if there's an opportunity and you're like, oh well, but I know so and so wants it, and you know, they deserve it more than me, or they've been here longer. Blah. It nurture you. If they are the best for the job, then the interviewers will believe it too. I just feel like it's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Take care of you. You have abundance. You have birth coming here in your work. Your managers, interesting here. So you've got the Eight of Swords, which is about taking the blinders off. They really are looking into their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have been blinding them, binding them, and making them feel restricted. And so there is this switch where they're taking the blinders off, like in this one. That's what I love about the Revelation cards. So they're seeing things, and things are being set free. Whatever has been feeling restricted with your managers, there's going to be flow because they're starting to see things with their vision. They're like, oh, okay, da-da. And this is their mind, so they're starting to become clear in their mind. And the Seven of Pentacles also represents, like, what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. But at some point, there's also a change that happens. And I feel like this is the time, especially with the Empress card there, and with with your promotion, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like with this, with the Empress and with the Seven of Pentacles, you're about to see the fruit of your labor and what you've been doing there. And you have the Four of Cups, which is emotional stability. So I really feel like this is that a promotion is coming for you, and they're seeing things finally, finally, but perfect timing is always right. But with those each of those cards in each of those three areas you asked about, it feels very positive. Like January is going to be a time where you get, promotion, you get recognition, some cashola. So I like it for you. So that's what I see coming for you, Jalen. So I like it. Many blessings to you. All right. So Mahipas Ruby, you will be up next for the next free reading. And we are at the top of the hours, letting you know already. Time just flies by. Maybe I'm just getting old. But I always do a public service announcement. I'm usually on for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And uh, I do go down in order, of course, with the free readings. And if you want to make sure that I do get to your reading, I do honor donations. I honor that energy exchange. I step out of the going down the free readings to complete those. And then once those are done, I step back into line and continue going down in order with those free readings. So I know the list gets very long very fast. So I appreciate your patience as I go down there as well. So that's been your public service announcement. We'll continue on with the regular scheduled program. All right. And also thank you guys for all the thumbs up. That helps. It's absolutely free. And you think it's a small thing. It seems like a small thing, but the YouTube algorithm loves it, and it does help more of my videos get shared with other people too as recommended videos. So thank you. All right. So Mahipas Ruby, will Jay and you have reconciliation? Let's take a look here. All right. So reconciliation. You know, I don't see that happening. We have the full card, which is about new beginning, a new journey, and you got the Page of Cups, which is about new love. So I don't feel like you're going backward, but I do feel you're going forward, because then you do have the Two of Cups, which is romance coming your way. So you're leaving old ways and old cycles behind, and you're headed off into new love. So that would be a no with what I'm having, but they also gave you good news about, but there is love in the future for you. Excuse me. Oh, so that's what they have. A short and sweet answer. Um, but that's what they have. So I know, and anyone with reconciliation questions, it's people are moved out of our life on purpose for a purpose and brought back into our life on purpose for a purpose. But a lot of times when even when we've learned what we were to learn in the mirror, our human minds are so they're mental mind traps that capture information, and we're like, oh, but I've moved on and I can reconcile with them. The first fight you have, that little safe full of information swings wide open, and brap, here comes all the old stuff right back out. So a lot of times it's for our human experience, it's usually better for us to start new than to go back, because there's so much baggage. There's so much garbage. So, but that's what they have. You are very welcome. All right, Queen Bee, you are up next for a general reading, and I do want to go here for some Earth Magic Oracle for you. Let's take a look here and see what they have. Earth Magic Oracle. All right. We just left the autumn equinox, but that's what you have. You have a release. What a beautiful picture, though. I love the colors. And let's see what comes in here. I think, are the equinoxes in the back? Or are they? Nope. So it says, in many areas of the world, deciduous trees prepare for the winter and conserve their energy by contracting their life force. That is, they release their leaves, which have required the rays of the sun and nourishment from the earth in order to maintain robust growth and appearance. It's not a decision the trees make, at least not in the usual sense. Instead, it's a natural response to the decreasing cycle of light that sets up the gradual and steady release of the tree's leaves. How remarkable it is that these trees, and for that matter, all of Earth Mother's children, simply know what to do with the changes in climate. Although this seasonal shift appears to be a death of sorts, it's only a preparation for the next cycle of life, one that will naturally flow. The more extreme contraction of winter as an aspect of the life, death, rebirth cycle that we find represented in so many different ways. And the card's message to you is, now is the time to let anything in your life fall away that's no longer useful or needed for the emerging expression of who you are. Allow yourself to gradually shed what has become burdensome and no longer congruent with your soul's purpose. Conserve your energy by allowing yourself more rest while at the same time making preparations for the winter season. Look especially at your material possessions and be brutally honest with yourself as you discern which of these can be given away or somehow released. Consider shedding relationships that have served their purpose and are no longer viable, as well as work or a job that has become devoid of interest and passion. With release comes a sense of being much lighter, just like the trees that openly bare their nakedness once their leaves have departed and give room for whatever new life is ready to birth following a period of quiet and gestation. So let go of whatever has outlived its purposefulness and trust that something else will take its place. So there we go. That is very clear. So that's what they have for you, Queen Bee. Enjoy the release, the decluttering of your life. So many, many blessings for you. All right. Very good. So we'll continue moving down the list. So Jazz, you are up next. Hello. Need like a general for you and Capricorn. All right. All right. What would you like Jazz to know? Well, there is this new beginning that's coming in here between you two. I mean, you've got the full card, eh, and then you have the Ace of Cups, which is new love, and then the Page of Wands, which is new passion, coming in too. So I feel like, and let's take a look at these other cards to see if we can get clarity around, what is this meaning between the two of you? Because, I mean, on one hand, it can mean that you guys are leaving behind your, you know, relationship with what you have, moving toward new love and new passion in your lives. Because there is this um, 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, both of these are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, mentalities, expectations. And the 8 of Swords allows us to see what of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have made us feel blinded and bound and trapped. And then the 10 of Swords, I mean, um, let me see here. Are these both struck the same? Yeah. So it's a lot of expectations um, and you know exhaustion, trying to live up to a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, and it's to a point of that you're ready to let go of just all these rules around relationship. And so I feel like there's this release from the supposed to and should, need to and have to and must around a relationship. And you not only have the Page of Wands, but you have the Ace of Wands. And so both of these do mean new passion, new energy that comes in. And I'm not quite sure. Obviously, you will know that it's either you're ready to let it go and go onward into new, or you're having a respark within your relationship. But it's like it can't stay the way it was. There was just exhausting to be in there. The Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like this has been going on for quite a while, and it's coming to a head now that a decision has to be made. Yeah, Ace of Swords. So new thoughts, new beliefs, new mindsets have to come in here, because the Ace of Swords is what cuts away all these small t truths. All these are fears of losing conditional love. But the Ace of Swords allows us to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which are rooted in unconditional love, and allows us to see things from a different perspective. It gets out of our head of all these opinions that we had in our entire life of, uh, you know, telling us what a relationship is supposed to be, and who you're supposed to be in a relationship with, they are supposed to be, and all the actions that are supposed to be, and blah 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 blah, right? It just sucks the life out of relationship, all these expectations, because we're investing so much energy just to get to ground zero, instead of having no expectations and enjoying whatever comes into the relationship. um, and so it just feels like there's a lot of expectations here, a lot of work. Feels like the relationship is work, and who likes go to work 24 hours a day? But I feel like there's this change that's coming, because it cannot stay the same. See if anything else here. Well, we have the Eight of Cups, so leaving behind the emotions that are no longer serving too. So they're not telling me, the absolute which of those it is, but it's none of my business, because and that's what's important. You're the one who's asking, and so which it is, and it's confirmation for you, whichever direction it's heading. It's confirmation for you. So that's what they have for you, Jazz. So many blessings for you. Hang in there. All right. So self-love, you'll be the next free reading coming up. So we'll take a look here. And so you want to know, will you get victory in your competitive exam? Ooh, a competitive exam that you're preparing for. Okay, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know around this. Thought something was going to come out. What do you want self-love to know about this competitive? Nothing? Nothing. There's nothing. Keeping it a big old secret. Okay. Well, I'm not getting anything from those. I do have 3 other tarot decks that I'm using for other readings that I'm going to tap into here, because because I feel like I want to go to the sun and moon here for you. Let's check it. Maybe the revelations are just tired. We'll give them a break. All right. So you do have the Two of Cups, which is emotional choice, and you have the King of Swords, which is all about the mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets. This is basically them saying, every moment is a choice between the fear of losing conditional love and unconditional love. And the King of Swords tells us with that Ace of Swords that we can connect higher and look at our lives and connect to capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love that help us cut away the fears that we have. And so when you talk about, I'm a bit nervous, what we really if we're really honest with ourselves, and we get to the root of it's either of unconditional love or fear. Is nervousness unconditional love? No, it's fear. So we know it's a fear. What are we fearing? And it's like they're showing that you get to define, you get to put whatever story you want to whatever happens in your life, and you get to choose what you feel as you go through anything too. And I feel like before that, I give you the third card here, they're wanting you to realize this, that as part of your growth and experiences, what if you don't? What would it mean? You get to decide what it means. Like, I guess what it means is because that's the story, that's the mental story. But you also get to choose how you feel as you go through it. Now, we're fed all the supposed to's. Well, if I don't get it, that means I'm a failure. That's what I've learned through the past. Who says? You get to decide what it means. Well, I'm supposed to feel bummed about it. That's what we were taught. Do we have to? No, we can choose to be happy about it too. And what if you pass? What if you get it? You get to decide what that means. You get to decide how you feel as you go through it too. Regardless of what happens, you have the power to choose the story and the emotions as you go through it. So really zero in on that, and um, use this as a learning tool whenever these emotions come up with the nervousness around um, getting what you think that you're supposed to or should or need to or have to or must, that you hold this power for that. So that's what they want you to know. And then, yes, you do get it. You have the Empress card. So it's new birth and victory and harvest. So there you go. But they want you to know that they're helping you learn because it's empowering. And so, but they didn't want to leave it at that. They did want to let you know, yeah, Empress, success, birth, new birth, wonderfulness. So that's good. I like that for you. So there you go, self-love. Many blessings to you. I like that they want to teach you and help you, but also not keep you in the dark, like so many of us at times, which I know they do that to you as well on some of your readings. But this time they're like, here you go. All right. So, Lakia Cooley, you are the next free reading that is coming up here. And you want to know, how does your father feel about you? Does he regret having you? Let's find out here. What does Spirit want you to know around this? Okay. So the first cards that came out, you had the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles, what they want to just show you is your question really has to do with your own belief in your worth, right? The reason we ask questions like that is about, am I worthy? Because we're taught what our parents think about us defines us, because that's what we learn when we're growing up. because we need to be on their good side in order to not be sent to bed without dinner or supper, right? To avoid getting punished, we got to be in good standing with those that provide the shelter and the food. But as you get older in life, the Nine of Pentacles is about the inner journey. It's the hermit's journey where we turn inward for our worth and who we are in life. You can see here they're smelling the roses, the sunflowers. And so they're finding this wholeness within themselves here. And this is what they are nudging you toward, because along with this comes the devil card, which shows our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets. The devil, our shadow, comes in and rattles our cage to show us what kind of web are we trapped in and how we can escape and go to this instead. Because we have these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that, you know, when someone abandons me or doesn't pay attention to me or maybe never told me they loved me or whatever, that means it was something about me. And it's just a mirror. Everyone shows us who they are by their actions, but what we see in someone, what bubbles up inside of us, is how we feel about ourselves. And so we can look at, like, I used to have abandonment emotions about my childhood. And when I, of course, got older and started doing my shadow work and looking inward, spirit is like, okay, so how did you abandon yourself in those situations? And I'm like, oh, self worth comes from within me. But when I went out there it's like we're all on little ships. And when I dove off my ship to swim over to someone else's ship to go, what do you think about me? I abandoned my ship and it was drifting off course. And it's like, oh, I got to get back to my own ship because I'm the one who directs it and drives it. But when I abandon myself for other people's opinions, that's where I give my power away. And I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know, because you've got both the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Wands, which the Queen of Wands shows you standing in your power of where you invest your energy, and it shows how powerful you truly are. The Nine of Wands, you can see here, let's see if I can get it clear enough here. There's um, all of those have moons on them except for one, which is a bright star or a sun. That is your Ace of Wands here. That's over here. And any blocks we have, any emotional blocks, mental blocks, any energetic blocks we have in our life, they come from within us because we've given our power away. Like I said, we dive off the ship and swim over somewhere. We're trying to get our validation from someone that can't give it to us because it doesn't really uh, impact us, because as long as I still feel a certain way about myself on the inside, it doesn't matter what blah 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 comes from the outside world. If I don't believe it on the inside already, I'm not going to believe someone out there. That's why we continue to seek more and more and more, even though other people tell us, yeah, you're great. Okay, well, let me find someone else. I don't believe that. I got to find more. And so this is a returning back to you um, guidance that spirit is having you to look at here is, how do you feel about yourself? Do you regret being born? And so those reflections are what are going to show you your power and return back to you. Because lastly, they have the Tower card, which tells you that whatever comes into your life and out of your life happens on purpose for a purpose. um, when like, parents don't leave us, we don't lose jobs, whatever, or boyfriends or marriage or whatever happens, people don't leave us. People are removed out of our life on purpose for a purpose. Our lives are not an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode in a gorge. Our lives are so fated and so designed. Like, before we came down here, we chose and agreed together, you know, I want you to be my mom and I want you to be my dad. And they're like, well, I won't be in your life. And you're like, exactly. You know, I know with mine, because my dad was so busy and I didn't feel like I had a relationship with him growing up. And I'm like, when I realized I chose that, it changed my interactions with them, because I'm like, instead of like, you're doing this to me, you left me, you abandoned me, I switched to going, why did I want to have this life where I felt abandoned when I was young? And I'm like, because I wanted to be strong and stand up and become my own parent and turn to creator for to be my parents instead, which, talk about the best hunkin' parents you could ever have, unlimited power and potential and resources. I'm like, I want to be that child, that spoiled child, right? But it changes thing. It changes our whole output and our whole outlook on life with that. And so I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know, because this is the real question that's going on underneath you, because they're wanting you to realize that you can change your whole thoughts and process around how you think about yourself through this. You'll whoops even went flying into the trash can. It's like, let that stuff go. Oh wow, yeah, because and all that energy that you were investing in it, you get to have back. It's amazing that that just happened, because the trash can is like my arm's length away, and this went flying over there. Because once I wrote to my dad once, and he was living out of state, and my parents were divorcing, and they had been long story. But he sent me this letter. I sent him a letter talking about my relationship with God at the time, and da 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 da. And he sent me one back saying, "That's great, keep it to yourself." And how my heart was broken again. I reached out, and it was like I felt like my hand was slapped away. Well, there was a trash can right next to me, and I felt God say, "I'm your father. Just toss that." And I just dropped it into the trash can, and I released it, and the creator became my father in that moment. And I kind of feel like that's what they're saying. You have this wonderful opportunity that opens up around this, with releasing that need with them. So I feel like the creator's saying, I'm your father, Lakia. I do not regret you being there. You're down there on purpose for a purpose. And the souls behind your parents did choose to bring you into the world on purpose for a purpose, regardless if the human characters don't tell you that. It's true. So that's what they have for you, Lakia. So many blessings. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. And so, Anjali, the Virgo, you are up next. And you would like a general reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Ooh, we do want to go to these. You get a Sacred Destiny Oracle. Ooh, I like it. All right. All right. Wow. Okay. A lot of energy in these cards, but your card that popped out is Adventures. Look at that beautiful card. And let's see what this brings for you. So, something exciting is around the corner. You're entering a new frontier filled with expansive energy. So, begin to look at your world in a new and different ways. Something that you thought was mundane, or someone whom you may have overlooked, will open the door to new opportunities and a bigger and bolder way of living. Wow. Be willing to see the world around you in new ways. Don't be lulled into complacency. This card appears when you're ready to remove your blinders and take action, so life doesn't become stagnant and lackluster. It can also signify incredible spiritual attunement and spiritual voyages. Ooh, I like it. So that is your general reading for right now, Anjali. I am liking that. So new adventures await, some new things. Just um, be open to newness coming in, seeing things in a different way, allowing the how to be very open. You can ask the what, but let the how be more in the hands of the creator, because they will bring things to you in ways that you would never have thought, like, oh, well, that's the way that can work. So there you have it. So many blessings for you. All right. We'll continue moving down the list. So, Daisy, you also wanted a general reading. I actually have the Sacred Forest Oracle, and you get one of those. So let's take a look here. And you get the Wild Rose Fairy, which is love. Card number 47. So let's take a look and see what message this one brings for you. So love is all around you. Open your heart to receive. All of life's experiences are a splendid part of a spiritual evolution toward the realization that we are all love. In matters of romance, there is healing right now. You are a sacred vessel for love to flow through you to others and to the universe. Healing has occurred. Healing is occurring. Healing will occur. Your angels and guides and spiritual guardians and allies adore and cherish you. If only you could see yourself the way those in spirit see you, you would know how profoundly and deeply loved, cherished, and adored you are. Be open to allowing the Creator to solve your challenges in wondrous ways. Trust that everything is unfolding graciously and perfectly in your life. The opposite of fear is love, and allow fear to dissolve as love expands. And the spirit of the wild rose says, you are more cherished than you could possibly know. Open your heart to receive. Love is on its way. You are an eternal vessel for love to flow through. You are enough just as you are. Boom. I like it. That's what they have for you, Daisy. So, what a great message. Many blessings to you. All right. We'll continue moving down the list here. And so, Starry Sky, you'd like to know, will S and you be together in this lifetime? Let's take a look and see what they have here. So, will S and you be together in this lifetime? And we're moving back to the Revelation Tarot. They have been recharged. Let's see here. Can you give me clarity on this, please? Well, you have the Full card here, which is about new adventures, newness in life. So, um, the first cards that came out you had were the Four of Swords and the Seven of Swords, and I was like, okay, what does this mean? Because this is the peace of mind card, which all the swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your mentalities, your expectations around having a life together. And the Seven of Swords would be you looking at what of your own thoughts, your own beliefs, and your own mindsets um, steal from you, steal the opportunity to be together or for relationships or for other things in life. And the Four of Swords is kind of that too, because they usually have someone that's sleeping on the Ace of Swords, and those three swords are on the wall, which the Three of Swords represents heartbreak and disappointment. And so there's this nudge to look into the old cycles, the old ways of thinking, the mindsets, like all those rules around what a relationship is supposed to be, need to be, and have to be. And because you, in addition to the Seven of Swords, you also got the Seven of Wands, which these two sevens really jump out to me in being like uh, obstacles that have been in the way. You know, it's like when you have a six, there's three on each side, which is a wonderful flowing river in the middle. But then a seven comes and there's big boulders in there that blocks the way. And so I feel like there's been both emotional and not emotional, mental and energetic blocks of you moving together into a relationship. And this Fool card shows like needing to let go of old ways of thinking, old ways of being in order for anything to be able to move forward in that. Yeah, you have the Six of Cups. There's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of history between you guys. The Six of Cups does talk about memories, nostalgia, needing to transform old memories, either with them or with others. Yeah, and Six of Pentacles, which is the codependency awareness card, which has to do with um, having an out of balanced rate of exchange, where you feel you have to give 1,000 of something in order to deserve one back. And so, you know, with the 6-6 and the 7-7, it is showing patterns, and there's things that have been circling over and over and over again. That, you know, again, it comes back to there has to be major change of thoughts and beliefs and old patterns of ways of living that would have to change in order for you guys to be together, because the vibration between you two is not in alignment for conduciveness in order to be in a relationship. Because you do, and here's the Three of Swords I was talking about: heartache, pain, disappointment. In the Magician, you do have the ability to really apply your energy to transform these within yourself, but it takes two to tango. You could do all this work and change your energy, but if they're not, then it wouldn't be there. Um, let me see here. What else do they have here? Yeah. Because here's the Ace of Wands, which would be new passion, new. So it's almost like they're saying there's so much that would need to happen between the two of you that it's almost like you'd have a new beginning, a new birth, new passion if you moved forward instead of backward into that experience. So it just, they're like, it would take a heck of a lot of work in order to be together in this lifetime, because of the just the history, and the, like I said, the cycles. So they're looking more of, you can work on you and move forward and find passion and newness in the future, is where they're kind of, they show there's never a should. They're like, this, you could do that, but you can't guarantee the other person would work on it. This, you could work on yourself and move forward and find a new beginning, a new passion with someone else in the future. But that's what they have for you, Stars, guys. So I know, interesting, but many, many blessings to you. All right, we'll continue moving down. Yeah, just perfect time. Well, now you know. So 1:45:03. Make note. This is when your reading begins. All right. So, Jaded Kate. So you want to know Elijah's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards you. Just returned from a long, extended travel. Okay, so let's take a look here. What is going on with this dude? What is happening? What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Okay. Sorry, just getting some clarity here. Okay. So, Jaded Kate. I know. So you're right. There is an energetic block here. With the 9 of Wands, there's this fence of energy. And you're definitely with this Queen of Cups here. You also got the Moon, um, which is trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your instinct. You pick up on energy so well that you're like you're not making it up. You're not going like, oh, maybe I'm just misinterpreting this. No, trust your gut, trust your instinct. It is there. It is there. Because we got the 3 of Cups, which is 3 people involved in emotions, right? So that would be a third party for me because I don't see like all this happy, you know, um, type of other cards. The 3 of Cups can be celebration and joy and connection to spirit and all this, but with the question, with everything else, it's like, oh no, there's a third person involved here. Because it feels like here's this magician, which is the divine masculine energy, putting things forward. Where are they focusing their energy? We got the 6 of Cups, which is nostalgia or someone from the past. We've got the 6 of Wands, which is recognition and attention in a way. And so with all of those together, because didn't you say, yeah, previous relationship? So, the 6 of Cups tells us of the past and nostalgia. So with all that stuff going on there, it's like, trust your gut, trust your intuition. And then the final card was the 3 of Wands, which is change of direction as well. So um, I would let that shift away. Is quite honestly, the feeling that I'm feeling is like, yeah, you understand it. You're right in the know of it all, and you don't need to give them the benefit of the doubt. If you're doubting because your spidey sense is going whoop whoop whoop, you don't have to give anyone the benefit of a doubt. You're just like, you know what? I'm okay with this. You going away. You know, if if that's in there and that's going off, especially with all those cards, I would say so. That's what they have for you, Jaded Kate. So many blessings to you. Sending you much love. Hey, Elisa, how are you? You will be up here in a couple. It looks like there's a few other people that had questions in between. Okay. You knew, Jaded Kate. But it's good to get confirmation. You deserve so much more, right? That's fine. So, Rhonda, you are up next, and you'd like a spirit love message. And, I do want to go to the Earth Magic Oracle for you. All right. You got the ocean, the ebb and the flow for spirit message. Let's take a look here for love. And let's see. So the card's message for you is that an important aspect in the art of living is to move with the ebb and flow of your emotions, joining their fluidity, but not being captured by it. It is also not necessary to become obsessed with any particular fluctuation in mood or feeling. They are simply emotions, often activated in ways that are completely beyond your understanding. When you neither minimize nor exaggerate the intensity and importance of your emotions, you then have a greater sense of when and how to express them. You've been fighting the ebb and flow of your own feelings, denying your hurt, anger, or sorrow by either attaching yourself to one or the other and nurturing it as if it were a nursing child, or else smoothing over your feelings with more practiced responses that deny and hide what is going on beneath the surface of your expression. When you attempt to constrict yourself from experiencing your emotions, it is much like trying to stem the tides that grow even more forceful with every attempt humans make to control them. Allow yourself to swim with these variations rather than resisting them. So it's the ebb and flow. So they are telling you to feel the feels, allow yourself to feel those, but don't attach to them. Like it says, a nursing child. Allow yourself to be in a flow of an emotion, but not try to grab hold of it and control it. Just let it flow. If you have a pain, if you have fears, let them flow, and then um, allow yourself to. If it's fears that are popping up, dive into them a little bit, swim around in them, but don't swallow the water. But that's what they have for you right now, Rhonda. So hopefully that resonated. Many blessings for you. All right. So Sana Samreen, you are up next. And you want to know what are Farhan's current feelings for you and their next action. All right, let's take a look here. Okay. Just getting a little more clarity here. Well, we have the Eight of Pentacles here, which the Eight of Pentacles, when you're asking about their current feelings for you, it feels like they have been working a lot in the outside world. Like they've been really focusing on their uh, finances, their security, just all the stuff in the outside world. And it feels like they have been just investing so much energy in it all. And now things are starting to move. Things are starting to change, like promotions, movement of home, or finances are changing. It's like the stuff that they've been investing so much energy in is starting to do it. Like if you're going to school, it's like you're graduating. So there's all the culmination of things that they've done and they invested energy in have like come to fruition. Their movement. So now he's at this place in his life where he's got the Two of Swords, which is mental decision. They're standing at a fork in a road and they're going, which way? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And now it's like before they were so involved in their mind, now they're bringing their heart in. They're allowing their heart to have a seat at the table and they're trying to determine what it is they want to do. So they're at a point of change here where the world card is like fruition and victory, and they're ready to have this change of um like ending of cycles and new beginnings. They're ready. Like there's a stuff. Sorry, I have a little whistle going on. Okay, there it goes. It was like squeaking. I'm like, what is that noise? but it's the ending of a cycle and a beginning of new. So I feel like their world has come to like a full cycle, and now they're like, okay, now I'm ready to start off on this new adventure, and this is where they're at in their life right now. I kind of feel like they've withdrawn a bit with the Hermit card here, and they're turning inward to really try to find out what it is. The Star card, in addition to being our higher self, is also the wish fulfillment card. And it's like, what is my wish? What do I want? And that's what I feel like they're at this place of trying to figure out what it is they want in life. Um, they've got the Ace of Wands, which in relation to you, this means there's some passion that they have towards you, but I don't see cups. Like there's attraction, but I feel like they've had their heart on hold for so long. They just haven't activated emotions. They've been so invested in the outside world and busy, busy, busy doing all these things. I don't feel like they've um, made choices yet. But we have the Knight of Swords, which is movement, but it's movement of thought and belief and mindset and movement of communication. So I feel like they're going to be coming to a conclusion here soon on what next steps they have, at least regarding you, in that you'll get communication from there. But it's just like it's kind of in this holding pattern here. And you got the Judgment card here, which is double endings and double new beginnings. This is what comes right before the World card. It's card 20. This is card 21. So, they do have all this stuff that's changing, changing, changing. And they're not in a place where they've made a decision yet on next actions. They're just trying to figure out their world and letting dust settle, it feels like. So sorry that I don't have more clarity on that, but I feel like at this point in time, it's like everything's on a pause. And what we do while we're waiting for other people to make up their minds or to hear about jobs or whatever in our lives, when we're in a waiting period, we turn inward and we can look at our self-love and look at what we want. What are my fears? The things I can control are in here. All that out there is that outside of our control. But they turn us inward for us to really look at what can I expand? What am I learning through this situation? How do I feel about myself? What are my next actions for myself? So what we're looking for from outside can be mirrored back to us, and we can focus on that because that's all we can do while we're waiting. So that's what they have for you, Senasamine. So many blessings to you. Sorry I didn't have more, but that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. All right. So we are at the top of the second hour. This is when I do my public service announcement that I'm only going to be on for about 30 more minutes. I do try to get through as many free readings as I can, but it's a very long list, and I'm not able to get to the bottom of it hardly ever, ever, ever anymore. But if you want me to make sure I get to your reading in this session, I do honor donations as a exchange of energy. And I do honor that. And I step out of line of the free readings, complete the donations, and then move back in order and continue going down the list. Now, if I'm unable to get down to you, please know I have a ton of free content that I put out. I have pick a card readings, weekly energy updates, monthly readings, just a lot of content. I'm always putting new stuff out. And so if I'm unable to get down to you and you need an answer tonight, please follow your heart and go to the playlist that I have. If you just click on my name, The Bread Dozen Mystic Tarot, it'll take you over to my main page, and follow your heart to the playlist and to the videos that Spirit guides you to, and they'll have answers there. They're smart like that. I also am on here every night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. The earlier you get into it, I always announce it about an hour before, and you can start putting your questions early. And the earlier you get in there, the more likely I'm able to get through several readings. But I'm also on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain. I do offer personal readings at a slight fee. It's on a sliding price scale. Can check all that as well in the description box of the video down below. And be sure to check out my giveaway playlist because I do have at the very top a weekly giveaway for a 30-minute recorded personal reading. And I've been doing it every week since probably for about 2.5, 3 months, up to the end of the year. So there's one left, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to do after the year end. So if you want to get into that one, check that one out too. So that is the public service message. We now return back to the free readings and work our way down as many as I can. All right. So Elisa, you're up next. You want to know how the situation of R towards A. All right, let's take a look here and see what we have going on here. What else? All right. So whenever a Six of Pentacles comes up when we're asking about situations between people, this represents codependency. There's this overgiving um, in one person overgives to the other, and then they don't allow the other person to give back to them. So this other person ends up going outside of the relationship, either workaholic or with their friends, a hobby, affairs, whatever it may be. So I feel like this Six of Pentacles, just because of these other cards too, it just feels like the Nine of Cups would be wish fulfillment, but the Ten of Wands coming in here is like it was taking too much energy to try to make a wish come true. And what they were looking for, the Four of Pentacles is this journey of understanding your worth in relation to the outside world. This experience that they went through, they realized that when you look outside of yourself for your worth feels unstable because people change or pass away, situations never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, whatever, all of it's unstable. We just get tired of things to be unstable and not trustworthy, and so we end up turning inward and upward for it. So I feel like this is where it feels very not volatile, but conflicting, because here's the Five of Swords, which is conflicting of expectations, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and the Magician card, which is um, someone really wanting to stand in their power, and they're standing up for it. And so it's like there's a very strong conflict. There's a lot of energy being invested in conflict in this relationship. So that's what they have right now for you. So that's the current situation that's going on between R towards A. So that is what's going on. So that's what they have. Many blessings to Elisa. So hopefully that resonates there. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. They always fight. Well, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. It feels very conflicting. Not quite volatile yet, but it feels very like it spikes. Very a lot of fire. All right. So Kavita Soroha, hello, and you are up next. So what's coming towards you in love? Let's take a look. All right. I like it. You have the Star card coming in, which is wish fulfillment. So I like that. It's also Aquarian energy, if that is significant. Let's see what else. Ace of Cups, new love. Well, Kavita, you have the Hermit card, which is also Virgo energy. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of time for this, so it's coming towards you, but there is kind of a little holding pattern coming in. Wow. You even have the 10 of Pentacles, which is about abundance overflowing and coming, and the Four of Pentacles, which in your case is like stability in the outside world coming in. That Hermit card is about you turning inward. Wow. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities coming. The the Hermit card is telling you, because they actually have the Star card. The star here is the lantern that helps guide you on your path, which can be your higher self too. And so this is this, um, you know, uh, nudge to look inward to understand, yeah, any expectations that you have around what a relationship, what love should be, how it should arrive, blah 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 blah. A lot of expectations, fears of losing conditional love, like it has to be this way. This is what you've been taught. It's all these opinions that you've been having. And I say that because you've got all these swords. So I was going, what is this hermit journey about? And you have the Nine of Swords, another nine, another hermit journey. But this is your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that maybe keep you up at night or give you nightmares, or it's what you're thinking of when you go to bed and when you wake up in the middle of the night. First thing when you wake up in the morning. And the Three of Swords is the heartache, the disappointment card, and the Five of Swords was five, yeah, Five of Swords, conflicting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around relationships. So all this stuff is what they're having you work on and reflect on when you turn inward, because in doing that, that's what brings in this wish fulfillment. Because we can ask the what. It's like, you know what? I just am ready for love, and I would like love to come into my life in a deep, intimate way. Someone who is for my highest experience. So bring them however, whatever, blah, blah, blah. There you go. And you allow the hows to unfold from the universe. You allow the creator to bring it in whatever way without restriction, without the have to, supposed to's, and shoulds, and need to's, and musts, because that person, with the way that we've been taught, that one's on back order for 1,000 years. But when we take off the blinders and we allow the creator to bring in things in a unique way without trying to control it all, without all the pressure and the fears of who I'm supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, and all that others supposed to be, things come in beautifully and wonderfully, like a wish come true. But we have to let go of all those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets for it to happen. So that's what they have for you, Kavita. It's good news. It just takes some little reflection to release a lot of these sandbags, like you're in a giant hot air balloon, and for you to go to heights of love and romance, it's cutting off all those sandbags that are holding you down so that you can fly. So that's what they have, and many, many blessings for you. All right. Continue moving down the list here. And lost my place. There I am. So Anna, good evening. And will the project that you're working on with HND work out the way you hope? If so, how long will it take? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has. So how will this project work out? All right, and how long? Okay. Well, I do like will it work out the way that you hoped? Because you have the Magician, which I feel like is like wherever you've been investing your energy is what is expanding. The Strength card shows that, this is your higher self, this is your higher self, this is your human self. Realize the power that you hold in your life on what you have that It helps manifest and bring things forward because you have the Ace of Wands here too, which shows wherever you invest your energy is what grows and expands. So if you are being grateful and focusing on what you do want and all that, that's what expands. That's what comes in. If we focus on fears and what we don't want and what we feel is missing, then those things expand. But I feel you've been doing the other because you do have both the Ace of Pentacles and the Empress. Empress, new birth, harvest, Ace of Pentacles, new abundance, new opportunities that come in. So I feel like that is a very positive outcome for the project that you're working on. And when you asked how long will it take, you've got both the Knight of Cups, yeah, the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. So fire, 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 newness, newness, newness. Knight of Cups. Knights are all about movement and emotional movement. So it feels very fiery. It feels very um not like the Knight of Wands would be like fire fast or the Chariot, but with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands, it's fiery, watery, but movement. So it feels like it's going to come quick, but not super quick. So they don't have like a time frame as far as months. They're all about divine timing. And they're all like, it arrives exactly on time. You're like, okay, trust the divine timing. Okay. And then they pop out the Chariot card after I talk about the Chariot card. So it is coming quickly. I like it. So that is what they have for you, Anna. So many blessings and congratulations. I like it. All right. Hey, Colleen. Hope you stayed warm. It snowed all day. I'm so jealous. I love snow. So hopefully you're staying warm. And thanks for being here. All right. If you're still here, June 333, you'll be the next reading coming up. And I'm going to be on for about 15 more minutes. So now's the time if you do want to make sure. I'm probably going to get through probably 3 or 4 more or 5 more. We'll see how many I get through. But if you're way down on the list, if you want to make sure that I get to you in this session, I do honor donations and I do prioritize those readings. I make sure I complete them in this session. So we've got June is next, and then Sun and Moon, and then Jot or Jot, Red. So that's the next 4. And Christy, well, Christy, we already took care of you with your donations. You're so sweet. So at least those 4, I should be able to try to get through those if I shut up and start reading. So June, what are D's current feelings towards you? Does he miss you? All right, let's take a look here. All right. So as current feelings, so it's kind of a mixed bag with D because we've got the 6 of Cups, which is about memories. And so they do think about the memories, the good times in that, but they also think about all the expectations that they felt, the exhaustion that they felt trying to live up to all the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos. And that doesn't mean necessarily they came from you because we all have all this stuff inside that even if we don't say anything, there's all this preconceived ideas of what a relationship should be, needs to be, and have to be. And they just felt so exhausted trying to live up to those that that comes into mind, but also the good times. So the good times and the pressure that they felt. But they also have new love and new opportunities that they're focusing on in their life. So, they're more focused. I feel like they are a forward moving individual that they don't spend a whole lot of time looking backwards. Usually it's kind of either fire signs or people with a lot of fire in their chart. it's like a forest fire. They burn forward and keep going. They don't burn backwards because there's nothing to burn. There's nothing that fuels them. They fuel moving forward. And that's kind of what I feel from them. It's not personal. They just don't look backwards for hardly anything. When they do, they just look back and go, "Oh, look what burnt. All right, moving forward." And so they're more that type of personality, I feel. So it's not meant to, demean their relationship and stuff. They are just more of a stuff and move forward type of person, at least this point in their life. So that's what they have, June. So I wouldn't worry about investing energy in them either. I would, any energy that you have, allow it to process emotions, grow from it, and then head in a different direction is really what I feel. So that's what they have. All right. Hey, Renee. So, Renee, thank you for your, I get another question. Thank you for your donation. So, we'll skip off the free readings. And so, you said there will be haters at the hotel job. But overall, how do you see the experience of environment? It's not so much that there's haters at the hotel job. I think it was the Seven of Wands. It's that other people go, "Why do you get a job and we don't?" Or, "Why did you get the position?" Which some people could be there that they applied for it if it's a job up from them. But overall, the environment, you have the King of Swords. So it's very much, there's a lot of mental work. There's a lot of cerebralness in this. So I feel like you're going to learn a lot from this job. So your experience of the environment is just, you're just going to be busy learning, 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 learning. And I like that. You also have the Queen of Wands, which is about, you are super focused. You are moving forward, forward, forward. Um, you trust your gut, trust your intuition, and just know that what you focus on grows, that you are seen by individuals as someone that can get stuff done. And so just be aware that you are watched, not in a creepy thing. Here's that Seven of Wands again popping up. So there is individuals that are jealous. And now I understand the jealousy, because you are seen, you stand out, you're a go-getter. You, you know, it's like, if you ever, like movies and stuff where they're showing people are you know they everyone has a certain way, we just do this much, and they don't know that we could do so much more. And you come in and just like bam 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 bam, and you get all this stuff done, and they're like, "You're making us look bad." That's the kind of energy I'm picking up from this Seven of Wands. Is it's like, all right, you don't come in and just do the job. You always do above and beyond, and you're a fast learner. Yeah, and here's the Queen of Swords, and you balance heart and mind. So you also, how to, I was gonna say, how to schmooze, but that's like, how to empathize, and how to get stuff done too, and how to bring them both. How some people can be really emotional and um, overly sympathetic with a customer and with people, and then but they don't know the roles, they don't know how to get things done or generate options. I feel like you know where the how to empathize and with people, but you also have intelligence. It's that yeah, you're able to calm people down, but also make movement. And there's a lot of energy. It's very fast paced environment as well. So you love that, though. You thrive on put out fires, put out fires, go 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 go. um yeah, it is. It's very nurturing, very rewarding. So I like it for you. And again, here's that Eight of Swords popping up. You do learn about your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that hold you back, and it's a part of the experience for you to cut away expectations around things. So sure. uh Is that your question? No. Can you ask yes or no? No, I think that is a yes or no. You just asked. Yes, you absolutely can, Renee. So, hmm. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, very good. So, uh, with a yes or a no, the Five of Pentacles feels like a maybe, maybe card, because it starts off. Five is a number of change. It starts off feeling like a no, because they're crying over spilt cups, but then they turn around and they find the Two of Cups, which is a yes. So it's like a maybe. You turn it around, but there is a Three of Cups, which would be victory and happiness. Oh, do you need to worry about the lady that kept asking you if their parents are selling their home? They aren't. Why? And I told her, she kept asking. I mean, she wants to buy their home. But I feel like, and here's those Three of Cups that turn it around, which is the joy card. So it's funny. So it starts off, the Three of Cups are mourning over it, but it turns into a joy. So that makes sense. So with the change of energy, it does change to a yes, a joy. So not, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Yeah. Just a stalker, nothing to worry about. But with the joy card there, I don't feel like it's something that you need to worry about. Yeah, and you have the chariot card too, which is positive victory outcome. So you're fine. Nothing to worry about. All right. So thank you again for your multiple donations and your questions and your hunger to hear from spirit. You are welcome. All right. So I have a few more minutes here, and let me see, where did I leave off here? So Sun and Moon, you are up next. Will Pisces call you this week, and will you see each other soon? Hopefully for New Year's. Let's take a look here. Mhm. I laughed because the Queen of Cups came up, which is your Pisces. Okay, anything else? All right. Well, I do like this. I mean, because there's a lot of fire here, a lot of movement. So this would be a yes for me. You got the Four of Wands, stabilized energy, Knight of Wands, fast movement, and then the Six of Wands, which is victory. So all of this very bright, bright. And like I mentioned, you also got the Queen of Pentacles, which is, this is your Pisces, and the Page of Pentacles, new opportunities opening up in the outside world. So you will get together and see each other. I didn't get a swords, which is communication, but with those three fire, I mean, that's definitely movement. And here's more moon, more Pisces energy coming in. So I do like that. Yeah. So that's a yes. um by those cards. So yay, you get to see him. I don't know if it's for New Year's, but you definitely get to see them. So uh so that's good. That's at least good, right? We can be happy about that. All right. So many blessings to you, Sun and Moon. All right. And then Jaunt, if you're still here, we have reached you. Miracle of miracles with 5 minutes to spare. So, will Arshpreet receive your call today because he's angry with you and he feels on what are his feelings for you? Okay, let's take a look here. Will he accept your phone call? So will you guys communicate today? And what are the current feelings? All right. So the star card came in here as far as will you guys communicate today? The star card is wish fulfillment, so that would be a yes. What are his current feelings? Depends on the moment. Because here's the two of wands, which depends on where they're focusing their energy. Sometimes they feel exhausted with the communication, and these are all the expectations and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about how things are supposed to be, need to be, have to be, blah blah blah. These are fears, and this is where anger comes from. So when they get caught up in the fears of losing conditional love and all the how they think a relationship is supposed to work and blah blah blah, or interactions, that's when they blow up. Then when they're in their out of the fears, nine of pentacles, it feels very solid, it feels very um solid and content and fulfilling. So I feel like they go back and forth that, maybe are they a fire sign? Are they maybe a little hot-headed and have their fire that just expands and um happens. Um yeah, because it looks like there's some balancing that could happen in this relationship. There's the Fool card too, which spirit's kind of like weigh your options and see if is it worth staying in this relationship? Maybe leaving behind the old ways and move into something new might be in your highest experience. Because uh, the three stages of manipulation are uh, if you don't do what I want you to do, I act sad and upset. And then if that doesn't work, then I get angry and bully you. And if that doesn't work, then I reject you, um, all trying to get you to do what I want you to do. And if someone's trying to manipulate you in love, whatever, it's never going to stop. And if you stand up for it and they stop, then great. But if you stand up for it or you don't allow yourself to be manipulated and they cut you off, then they're doing you a favor, because you deserve more. So that's what they have for you, Jot. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. All right. So let's take a look here. Where did we leave off here? There I am. So, Red, you are up next. So, does Robbie miss you? Does he want you to contact him? Thank you for coming. Oh, you are very welcome. I'm glad to be here. So, does Robbie miss you? Let's see here. Does he want you to contact him? When you're asking if he misses you, he seems like very mental. I mean like a thinker, because the Justice card has the Ace of Swords and they balance out their thinking. Um I don't see like uh emotion here. I see the world which is ending of old cycles and new beginnings, like they've went off in their own adventure. Um, and the Two of Swords and the Knight of Wands here too. So, does does he want you to contact him? I don't feel like there's um, like they're looking backwards. This Knight of Wands is movement forwards, and the Two of Swords is about you know, at a crossroads in their life and making decisions and moving forward. So I don't feel like they are looking backward with these cards, quite honestly. It just feels like they um are big thinkers, and they're you know uh, restarting their life, rebooting their life with that world card. It just feels like end, and they're deciding where they're going to go. They know they've ended, but they're like, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? So I really don't feel like um, to contact them. I'm not getting a positive sign for that. So I I I would I what I'm feeling from spirit is they're like, I wouldn't invest energy in it. I would uh, learn from whatever went through and head off in a different direction. You did get the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Cups, and now they're telling me what that means, because the Seven of Swords is your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes of your own that steal from you, and the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. And so, what you can do, instead of reaching out to them, look at what you learned through the situation. What of your own beliefs and mindsets were keeping you uh, suppressed, keeping you feeling small to where you wouldn't move forward, where you didn't feel like you could, where just these, I feel like there was like conflict of beliefs and mindsets, and just to understand the pressure you had yourself under. How were you stealing your joy, stealing your possibilities by feeling like this is what you deserved, is kind of what I feel is coming through there. So that is what they have for you, Red. I know, I wish I had more things to say there, but that is what they have. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. All right. I'm so sorry, Ellie, that you've queued for hours. Because it looks like you're just yeah, you're still quite a ways down the list there. So um yeah. If ever you do want to make a donation, I do prioritize those though, and the earlier you get in, um, because if you you know, uh, and this is for everyone, because this is that was my last reading for this session. But you know, I'm on at 7 p.m. Mountain Time every night. But I put out the little, I set up the session that sends out the announcement of it about an hour earlier, and you can still get into the chat at that time, and you can ask your questions, and that's when the queue starts for the free readings. And if you ever do want to prioritize your reading and be moved to the front, it just takes a donation of any kind. I honor that exchange, and I don't worry about the dollar amount, because everybody has different amounts at different times in their life even. And so I know that whatever you give is what you're able to give at the time, and so I don't worry about that. But I do honor the energy exchange. I also have a ton of free content that I put out, so there's you know, tons of playlist of things, and so those are all free as well. So if I don't get to you and you need an answer, you know, please go over there, follow your heart. Spirit will guide you to those uh, videos that have the messages for you there. Um, and I wish I could stay on and get through everyone, but the list gets very long very fast. And 2.5 hours is a long time. And we'll see. I know with the new year, trying to figure out what I want to do, memberships and a variety of different things to try to get to as many people as I can. Maybe have like speed sessions where you get one card, not, you know, I could give little mini readings here. Maybe I just do one card for the free ones, and then if you make a donation, I go deeper or something. But please, if you have ideas on what you would like to see and how you'd like to have it, I'm open to ideas. So comment on any videos, because I do read comments. These chats, I don't go back and read through them because they're so long and there's so many of them. But if you want me to any ideas, throw them out on the comments and I will read them and usually reply too. So thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up, all the love, all the support. And again, I wish I could get through to everyone, but I do need to go rest. And but thank you again so much. And please know, as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, you guys hang in there, take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Have a great night or a great day wherever you're out in the world. And we'll see you. Take care.